What's up, y'all? This is Nate Richardson. So I'm on my own channel now, and I got a few things that I want to share. This is the first official long form conversation on my personal channel. I do the Rich Race podcast, which I just started, so I have 7 episodes on that platform. But I wanted to kind of separate, branch out, do my own thing. The other platform is basically designed to collaborate with my brother on his half marathon prep. He's going to do his first half marathon at the end of July. I'm in a different phase of my training and my fitness development. So I want to kind of be a little selfish and share some of this content with you. Also, because I noticed I've been getting a few new subscribers, which is awesome. So I want to be able to help you guys out and serve you guys as best I can. And I'll upfront say thank you for subscribing, and I'll make sure that I'm consistent with the content. And if at some point people want to reach out and have some one-on-one conversations with me or kind of network, that'd be awesome too. Quick recap of what I've been covering with the Rich Race podcast. I've done so far 7 long form videos, which kind of describe my type of fitness approach. I call this podcast the Hybrid Athlete Podcast because that is the best fit description of what I do and what I represent in the fitness world. So I'm currently kind of training for some endurance races, coming off of a 6-month kind of weightlifting session duration where I was kind of 80% weightlifting, 20% cardio, an off season, if you will, from endurance. The previous year, I ran a marathon in 3 hours and 5 minutes and 58 seconds. I did a half distance Ironman in 5 hours and 37 minutes, I believe. So I have a good background in the endurance, space. I've categorized myself as an upper level intermediate athlete in terms of endurance. And I consider myself to be somewhat advanced in weightlifting, knowledge of techniques, nutrition, etc. I'm currently pursuing my certified personal trainer license here in Northern Colorado. So hopefully I'll get that finished up by the end of this year. The general one's pretty much out of the way. And then I'm going to specialize in psychology of sports training, psychology of exercise, as well as kind of bodybuilding style workouts and weightlifting. So, that those certifications obviously are directed to exactly what I'm about. I'm about being strong, maintaining muscle mass year round, but also excelling in the endurance world too, running long distance races, being well prepared for those. I'm going to drop a few links to my programs, to my nutritional documentation of my diet plan, etc. Some of my kind of midterm mesocycle frame workout plans, and my week to week analysis is what's really included too in some of these conversations. So I hope that you get a lot of information out of a short video. Usually they last between 15 to 20 minutes. So I'll go right into where I'm at this point, at this day right now. You look outside, it's rainy here in Northern Colorado, but I've been doing a lot of long distance runs lately. So I'm kind of in the peak week of my training for this marathon, this race that I got coming up in Fort Collins. So it's a 26.2 mile race. Body weight. So for some historical context, 2 months ago, I weighed about 187, 188 pounds. And I'm currently right at like 180, right on the cusp of 179 to 180. So my goal is to be below 180 pounds when I do these long distance races. So year to year, or 6 months to 6 months throughout the cycles of these training phases, I like to kind of make a 10 to 15 pound body weight jump. So last year at the peak of my training and my lightest was at the Ironman in Boulder in August, and I weighed about 176, 177 pounds. So my calorie intake, I'll go into that in later episodes, but you might be surprised at how much food I'm consuming. I like to post kind of some physique updates and body pics too. And, we all do those videos just to kind of track our progress. And it's a good motivational boost to see where you're at with your fitness and stuff. And you see those results, physically, then it's a nice motivator, and it kind of keeps you on the right path. But ultimately, that's really not completely what I'm about. I like feeling fit and being happy with my body and everything, and feeling healthy and having energy. It transfers over to my work. But primarily, I just like to focus on the lifestyle of what I do, kind of the psychology behind it, how it translates into my personal life. I did some episodes on the Rich Racer podcast about how I stay dialed in and I stay locked in with my duties as a parent, as a husband, as a professional in my business, etc. And I've really been driven to be more ambitious with my goals as I've excelled in fitness. So they kind of go hand in hand, and they're kind of headed in the same direction. Both are on an upward trend. So my trajectory, I'm confident that it's in a good direction. And I just want to use this YouTube platform as a channel to kind of express my passion and my interest in fitness as an intermediate level individual. There's plenty of high level professionals out there and influencers, for lack of a better term, who are just physically aesthetic based. Like they post pictures of their bodies and everything, and they look great, and they have their supplement company or whatever. But I take away a lot of lessons and a lot of inspiration from specific individuals in that space. There's a Fuad Aviad. He runs a bodybuilding podcast. Their form is really just it's got a personal touch. Anyone who's in the fitness, anyone who's active, anyone who's kind of wants to be a better person in life and in their fitness, should definitely check out that podcast. It's not just for bodybuilders, but the one takeaway I got from that is just because I'm in the space of, being a hybrid athlete and running a lot and still lifting and stuff doesn't mean I can't reach out and I can't connect with a bunch of individuals in business locally or, in this region of the country who are interested in doing the same thing. And, what better time to collaborate and just to be a quick Zoom call away or a quick phone call away from, making a lot of positive changes in each other's lives. So that's kind of what I'm about. And for this first video, I'll just go into a few more things in terms of my peak training for these couple weeks. And then I'll, like I said, I'll provide some documentation too, and kind of add that extra caveat to this channel. I got some shorts. You can check those out. I'm going to try to kind of mix it with content creation of kind of some funny, some comedy ones, and then some more serious ones, just like a quick how I'm feeling, a quick update, a quick piece of advice, whatever. So for these 2 weeks, I'm at the peak. Like I did, when you're training for a marathon, it's a lot of people suggest like a 6-month program, but I'm not a beginner. So I'm confident that I can reach a good running fitness level very quickly. And I've done that in the last 2 months. So 2 months ago, I did a half marathon in an hour and 35 minutes. And then about 2 weeks ago, I cut my time down 5 minutes down to about 131, 20 seconds, something like that. So I'm riding around a 7-minute pace for the half marathon. And my goal is to really extend that to a full marathon at around that pace. And my training has incrementally progressed to that level where I'm confident that I can do that. This Saturday, I'm going to be having my longest training, my peak training run, which is between 21 and a half to 22 miles. I kind of measured it out, but my goal is to complete that, hopefully around a 7-minute time frame, and allow my body to rest and recover. Because part of what I do as a hybrid athlete is I kind of, it's a sliding scale, and I'll speak more about that in a future episode, but I focus between 80 to 20. So that scale slides. So now I'm like 80, 90% all in on my endurance and my running. That's priority. So I'll lift weights after I get my running, after I've expended my energy to make sure that I complete the necessary training and progressive overload in running to get that, to accomplish what I want to in the endurance races. And then I go to weightlifting. In the winter, it's vice versa. So it's 80% weightlifting, 20% just running, staying in shape, staying fit enough so that I don't lose everything. I will lose what I've gained. By all means, I'm not going to be able to, in December, I can't go out and run a marathon to save my life. But I let that kind of decrease and increase just on a sliding scale occur naturally and organically through my training and through my approach. So I'll talk right now, since I'm in the thick of things, about the endurance race, basically the marathon I got coming up on May 7th. So I have like 1 more week, 7 more days of hard training. I'll hit a 12-mile run tomorrow, and then Saturday will be my 21, 22-mile run. And then the following Tuesday, I'll hit a 17-mile run, which is kind of just like a push the pace, see how easy that run is, and really gain some confidence for that taper. It's going to be about a 4 or 5-day taper going into that Sunday race. So taper is something that I haven't really looked into too much. I haven't studied it. I just go by feel. So, at this point, like this is my main week, and my joint, I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty intense regimen, and my joints are kind of in pain, and I know I'm definitely a little bit overtrained. But tomorrow will just be like a nice active recovery type run where I hit 12 miles, and I'm in good enough shape now where you can, I guess the comparison would be like to a normal individual who doesn't run that much. It's like going for a 10, 15-minute run if you only run like 5Ks at the most. So for me, this is like, hey, let's just shake it out. Let's get a good run in. Let's sweat it out. Let's make sure we stay, active. And this is kind of a recovery day too, because I'm not lifting weights. So I usually lift weights between 3 and 4 days during my peak endurance training. So right now I'm at 4 days of weights. Next week for the race week will be only 3 days of lifting weights. It'll be heavy one day and then light 2 following days. And then running wise too, I really taper off the running. I'll do like a 5K run 2 or 3 days before the race day. But I'll pretty much have 2 full off days for this race. That's what I did last year. And I found that that's kind of the sweet spot. I want to make sure that I'm fully recovered before I want to feel as fresh as I've ever been on that race day. Because for me, I'm training really hard, but I never give myself the opportunity to recover fully. So the psychology, kind of the mental edge that I have on that is when I go into a race day, I'm super confident that my body is fresher than it's ever been. So it's fresher than those long Saturdays. Like I'll be kind of depleted, not fully recovered this Saturday when I go out for the 21-mile run. So my intention is to program myself so that I know without a doubt that I'm fully ready to go on a race day. And I get my sleep, I get my nutrition, I have my gels during the race. The next episode I do next week before the race will be just an episode on nutrition and as well as kind of timing and stuff and what I learned from professionals. A lot of them are on YouTube. So like Andy Huberman, Lane Norton, a few other ones who are publicly just outspoken about their knowledge with supplementation and nutrition. So there's some great information, some great takeaways. And I like to include that in my kind of program and my content as well. So one last thing I'll kind of point out and kind of talk about as an introduction to who I am. I'm definitely a family man. My son's 8 years old. So a lot of my material and a lot of my training is built around scheduling him in too. So, I take him to school, go to work, come back, pick him up. If I'm not at the gym or if I'm not working, I'm with him, hanging out and having fun and stuff. So hopefully there's a lot of parents out there that are kind of wired the way I am and kind of have that healthy obsession with the gym and with fitness. So hopefully we can connect too in the future. And, I got a few ideas and stuff and a few passion projects that are on the side outside of my regular 9-to-5 job. So I'm a business intelligence analyst at this point, but I'm definitely looking to kind of expand my talents and expand my experience. And I'm open to, a potential future in a professional career that's tied into fitness and exercise, even if it's not necessarily a personal trainer or a gym owner or somebody who's at the professional level. I definitely intend to, kind of go up from that intermediate, that advanced level to close to an elite level and even help people that are better than myself and that are, close to being professionals. So I guess that kind of wraps up my introduction for this video. And I hope to get some more subscribers on board, and you can by all means count on me to be consistent with my content. So I know that ties into the algorithm, and it ties into to my passions and my goals and my intentions in life. So I enjoy doing this, and there's going to be plenty more good content to come. So until next time, everyone go out there and be great. Enjoy your work. Take care of your families, and just be a good contributor and a good person in society these days. So that's undervalued, but definitely keeping a good head on your shoulders and staying fit and staying focused and staying positive is what it's all about. So thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.